สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning. Welcome to Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf.
Yes.
Why I feel like I'm struggling to say
Yeah, well, because you have been gone for 2 days.
something. Okay, this is the morning of the 12th of July 2013, and as usual, we always have lots of news to tell you. We'll start off with some exciting news.
Yes.
For football fan to be in particular. Yesterday, finally, Manchester United has arrived in Thailand with lots of fans have been waiting for so long and greeting and screaming, and also lots of media at Don Mueang Airport. It's so much, so many excitement until there's a little bit of unsatisfaction clash.
Between what?
Between the media and the fans.
Oh, well, because
They were in the way of each other.
right, because the media would like to take some photos,
And the fans
to
just want to
report.
see whoever they admired.
Yeah.
So,
and they don't want to see from the media.
Right, because they're already there.
Right.
Anyway, so Manchester United arrived yesterday, and they will stay at Four Seasons.
Oh, nice.
And,
Good choice.
Look
Oh,
at
wow.
that.
Okay,
That's
yeah, that
even
is
more
quite
than
exciting.
K-pop, I think, without the LED sign.
Right.
Anyway, so they arrived yesterday at 30 morning. Some of them go to the not hospital. Some of them go to the hotel, and some of them, of course, yes, they went to the hospital, Sirat Hospital, to sign the name as a well-wishing for His Majesty the King at
Right.
Sirat Hospital. So the big name superstars that arrived yesterday include Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs, Rio Ferdinand, Wilfried Zaha, and also when they went to the airport, they led by the new manager, David Moyes, who replaced Sir Alex Ferguson that just retired recently. And yesterday afternoon they had what they call football clinic, where they trained 40 something kids at the Singha Stadium and at the Don Mueang Airport to
Wow.
give them some tips and teaching them some
That's good activities to
international
have.
stuff. Yes, with the kids who will say, like we would like to say, the future of our nation.
Yeah.
Have a chance to touch upon the stars tips. And today they will have some kind of practice, which they also sell the tickets.
Oh, okay. I heard that a lot of people are just practically searching and trying to get a hold of the ticket at this point, and it seems like it's not available anymore. Like a lot of people would like to have this ticket.
So they will play this Saturday in the evening with Singha All-Star team at the football field. I was gonna keep saying soccer. Football field in
You can say
Nakhon
soccer. What's wrong with soccer?
Because lots of people in Thailand just use the word football.
Yeah, but then we get it.
Okay.
Soccer's good.
So they will play this Saturday at Ratchamangkala National Stadium with Singha All-Star football team. Of course, there will be, wave of people there at the stadium. And if you could not get the ticket for the Saturday, I think you still be able to find tickets for the practice today.
Right. I'm not sure. I have no idea, but I heard that I've seen on Facebook when people just kind of like asking anyone at all if they could get a hold of the tickets.
I actually have media pass, but the bad thing is
Okay, you can't sell it.
The good thing is it has my face on it.
Right.
Otherwise, I might be able to auction it
So
off.
so maybe you can give us a little bit more details when Monday comes
Okay.
about what it's like.
Also, this is not the only famous team, even though they did 20 years of championship of
Right.
the league. Next week we also get a chance to welcome Chelsea.
Oh, nice. So soccer fans here in Thailand will be very, very
Will
happy.
be very busy too. And Chelsea will also have a friendly match with Singha All-Star team on Wednesday.
Good
evening.
activity. Good
And
activity.
also do the clinic.
Now, moving on, not so happy news here for those of you who might be cat lovers, because apparently,
Or
apart
animal
from
lovers.
apart
in
from
general.
dog trade and dog meat eating, at this point they have been a report that there's a report in Nakhon Phanom province where the police was able to arrest a gang of people. Well, at this point, Nai Sotsai Ampatwa, he actually originally from Buriram province, the driver of this truck. Now they say that when they were looking at this particular truck, they found 6 cages altogether, and inside there were 90 cats in the cages. So
That's a lot of cats in
it's very crowded.
one.
Yes, it was very crowded. There you go. And they say that at this point, Kun Sotsai admitted that, excuse me, he took all these cats from Mahasarakam province, and it was supposed to be transferred to Vietnam. So this is destined for Vietnam, and they say that this is to become a delicacy dishes for Vietnamese people, because apparently they claim that it was supposed to be like aphrodisiac. It would help with your sex drive, so on and so forth.
What's wrong with the oyster?
Or any meat, really. I mean,
Or
if,
just the normal food?
if you're able to perform, you can eat whatever. That's what I would say,
True.
right?
True.
The thing is, seriously, or take drugs if it gets that bad.
Right.
Don't eat meat like pet.
Don't eat
seriously.
people pet.
Right. Now they say that big cats ranges around 200 to 300 baht. But they say that once you reached Vietnam where the demand is high, it could go as high as 1,500 to 2,000 baht. So that is why it seems like a lot of people are actually into this particular type of trade now. Now they say that the vet has came out and talked about it a little bit to the reporter, saying that it actually doesn't have any extra or specialties inside the cat meat that would differentiate from chicken or pork or any other type of
Right.
meat. It's just protein. And they say that you just got to be careful as well, because there might be some rabies diseases in them, because not all of stray cats would be vaccinated, right?
And they are not.
And most stray cats are not.
And they are not raised to be food, so
Exactly. So
not
the-
really going to be
So
hygienic.
cat would eat like birds or rats or any type of, that might contain diseases. So instead of get your sex drive, you might end up with rabies. So, be very careful. Maybe try some other meat. That's what I would say.
Just eat other meats.
Exactly.
There's a bunch of other options out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
and maybe talk to a sex therapy if you have that problem. It will be easier.
because I believe it's not cheap either. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the value at the smuggling ring and so forth, but when it go to the restaurant, it won't be cheap either. So might as well just spend that money on
Exactly.
something legitimate.
Talk to your doctor. Get advice. Like,
Right.
I can't perform, what to do, kind of thing. All right, let's move on.
Okay, this thing happened yesterday at Paragon, one of the luxuries department store. What amazed to me is, okay, let me say first, the police yesterday able to arrest 3 Malaysian that used the fake credit card to buy luxury goods.
Okay.
What amused me is they already bought something a day before, and if they were just done with it and leave, they will be fine. They will not get arrested.
Oh.
But then the next day they come back.
Well, because, brand names is just so readily available there.
Right. So they bought something at Burberry, and then Kasikorn Bank has notified the police that it's suspicious activity with the card. So the police came to Paragon, and they couldn't catch these 3 people. So the next day, again,
They went back to the same place.
They went back to the same mall buying something else.
Oh,
the
so
police
not the same store.
Yes, not the same store, but somehow able to process through the same bank.
Okay.
So Kasikorn Bank notified the police again, and this time the police able to arrest them red-handed. They were paying for the luxury goods at Prada shops in Paragon. So initially, these 3 Malaysian, actually there are 4 people altogether, but the police able to arrest only 3. These 3 people has smuggling in Thailand through Songkhla province at Sadao checkpoint, but they didn't come in legally, so they didn't go through the
Custom?
Yeah, they didn't go through the legitimate immigration or custom department. These are fake electronic card or credit card that they bought from Malaysia, which the fraud information from US, using this fake information to issue the cards with their name in front of the card, because they said that most of the card processing machine will only read the number, but most of the time they don't really check the matching of the name from the card, and when they process electronically, it doesn't check the whole thing. So they use this to buy some brand name at Burberry's, Prada's, and before this they also went to bought a Rolex at Central World also, and after they get all these goods, they will send it to another suspect that able to flee, which the police still were looking for them, and they also stay at a 5-star hotel before they sell all these luxury goods, and then they will split the money and then they go back to their country. So I guess it's not the first time.
So they're gonna sell it here.
That's funny,
I
right?
thought that they're gonna take it to Malaysia and maybe sell it there.
Yeah, why don't just go back to Malaysia and sell it on eBay or something and split the money there? Anyway, that's just my idea. I have never done it though.
So they stole from us and sell it to us. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Anyway, yes. Anyway, at least the police able to arrest them 3 out of 4 with their I think it's
number.
3 or 4 for 14 fake credit cards.
That is a lot.
That is a lot of credit card.
So now moving on to another gang, it seems like a lot of foreign gangs just kind of teaming up right here in Thailand. Now I have reported
having Olympics.
I know. We reported the Congolese hackers, 2 of them that actually hacked into the information and then stole from people there. And right now we have an Indonesian gang. Now this particular gang, the Indonesian gang here, actually has done several of the stealing already. What they did is they will break into cars and stole the items inside the cars. Now, they were quite clever because on the 17th of last month, what they did is they went to the school, Sarasat Withaya Khet Romglao School. Now, Sarasat is a private school, so obviously the parents of all these students that would actually park their car around there would be quite rich. And exactly, and they sometimes, when you do business and such, you carry a lot of cash. Apparently, at the time on the 17th, the gang were able to take 105,000 baht from Kun On Anong Kaew Pradap Rat. Now, of course, she said that she has just withdrew the money from Kasikorn Bank around the area and just kind of went to her children's school in order to pick them up, and this is what happened. So yesterday at about 2 o'clock, they finally be able to find this Indonesian gang. Now they say that, for example, let me see here, Helmi Nur, one of them is 44 years old, Sopan Patra, 41, Muhammad B. Top, 49, and Hertika Satria Paku, age 45. So around a range of 40 something that came here, and they admitted that they actually waited around the area, especially they have a gas station around the area, and they use one of those long metals to actually yank the lock open in order to open the door and open the trunk. And they snatched the money, and it took only about 20 minutes to do it, this entire operation. And they say that they have done this before several times, so this is not their first time, but it's the first time they got caught, which is good because, you know, it's going to be their last.
Okay,
Right.
hopefully it will be their last. Hopefully if
Well,
they
they're not
have
gonna
a
come out.
chance. Really?
Because they got arrested, they admitted that they did
Yeah,
this, so they got to be in
But
jail,
it's,
right?
it's not like what's it called, the criminal felony that they will be in there forever. It's just
Well, not
hopefully,
forever, but-
hopefully when they come out, they will change the career.
Yeah, because obviously you're not very good at this.
Right.
You know, do
True.
something else that's
Yes.
not illegal.
If they are really good, they're not gonna get caught.
Exactly.
Anyway, we'll take a short break. We'll come back and serving you with more interesting news. So don't go anywhere.